Hello children, Environmental Science Lesson 1, Controlling Air Pollution, Unit 4. With this, we are completing the chapter Controlling Air Pollution. In Unit 4, we are learning automobiles, air pollution and control. The major problems of 20th and 21st century with reference to pollution are automobiles. So many automobiles, children. Nowadays you see in Marthahalli area, if you go, it takes minimum 1.5 hours, 2 hours to come out of that area to reach Majestic station. So many vehicles are there. One of the major source of smog and other air pollution has been the internal combustion engine. The engine is used in most motor vehicles does not burn all of its fuel. Thus, in addition to emitting water, carbon dioxide and various oxides of nitrogen, given off a number of incompletely burned waste products. Pollutants include soot, that is carbon soot, carbon monoxide, lead sulfur, hydrocarbons and aldehydes. Certain modifications in the engine design and operating variables are suggested. The three main types of automotive vehicles being used in our country are a passenger cars powered by 4-stroke gasoline engines. Number 2, motorcycles, scooters and auto rickshaws powered mostly by small 2-stroke gasoline engines. And number 3, large buses and trucks powered mostly by 4-stroke diesel engines. I repeatedly used a word stroke. What is a stroke? Stroke refers to the piston movements inside the piston cylinder. When the piston moves from top dead center to bottom dead center or bottom dead center to top dead center, in each case the movement of the piston is called stroke. In two-stroke engine, the piston has only two movements. One is the compression stroke and other is the exhaust stroke. 4-stroke engine. In a 4-stroke engine, the piston has 4 movements from bottom dead center to top dead center. One is the suction stroke, then compression stroke, then expansion stroke and the exhaustion. Advantages of two-stroke engines. Two-stroke engines does not have valves, simplifying their construction. Two-stroke engines fire every revolution. This gives two-stroke engines significant power boost. Two-stroke engines are lighter and have low production costs. Since in two-stroke engines, one power stroke is produced in every 2 stroke, thus producing more power, about 30% more than 4-stroke engines. So these are the advantages of two-stroke engines. At the same time, there are disadvantages of also with the two-stroke engines. Number 1, the engine has non-uniform burning of the fuel and inconsistent efficiency at different speeds. Not as durable as 4-stroke engines. Often they go for repair. But the repair cost will be very high. 2-stroke oil can be expensive. A lot of lubrication is required for 2-stroke engines, thus increasing the maintenance cost. 2-stroke engines produce more pollution. 2-stroke engines produce loud sound and noise pollution also is created. Now we'll see the advantages of four-stroke engines. Advantages of four-stroke engines. Number one, during exhaust stroke of the piston, no residual exhaust gas remains inside the cylinders. Number two, more dependable than two strokes. Number three, can be made to run very quietly. So whereas there we find lot of sound pollution, here it is not there. Used in high-speed cars, cylinders have a clean intake, exhaust and power stroke which keep the fuel to exhaust crossover to minimum. Four-stroke engines have a better fuel economy. Number 7, higher RPM than strokes, rotations per minute. Now at the same time, these also have a few disadvantages. One is they are heavier than two-stroke, more complex to troubleshoot, more expensive than two-strokes, and production cost is more. That is why cars are all very expensive. Okay. Now, we are moving on to a topic called fuel. Fuel is any substance which is a store of energy in that it may be made to react in some way with a release of energy, usually in the form of heat. Fuel is any substance which is a store of energy in that it may be made to react in some way with a release of energy, usually in the form of heat. Example, LPG, kerosene, petrol, etc. Gasoline, diesel, etc. Clean fuel. The most familiar transportation fuels in our country are gasoline and diesel fuel, but any number of energy sources are capable of powering motor vehicles. These includes alcohols, electricity, natural gas and propane. Some vehicle fuels, because of physical or chemical properties, create less pollution than do today's gasoline. These are called clean fuels. That is why we are expected to use more of clean fuels. Now, we are going to the last but not least, the topic is measure of controlling air pollution. Now, all the value 1 and 2, 3 units, we have now understood what are pollutants, what is the composition of air, how much percentage of carbon dioxide increases, then it is called pollution, and what are the devices used and how harmful they are, what are the effects of this pollutants and polluted air on the human being, on the environment, etc. Now we are going to learn the measures to control air pollution. Number 1, use of smokeless fuels such as LPG and CNG reduces the emission of carbon particles and harmful gases such as carbon monoxide. It has now become compulsory for all commercial vehicles in Delhi to use CNG. This has reduced pollution in the city. Practically, it is seen, children. They all shifted to CNG and the pollution has drastically come down. Use of suitable fuel and its efficient utilization reduces the level of pollutants in emissions. Many industries are being forced to develop furnaces and engines and to implement technology for cleaning certain emissions. Cleaning devices you have already learned from, like that. Particulate matter can be removed from variety of filters by washing or scrubbing devices and by devices known as electrostatic precipitators. Thoroughly I have learned with the diagram what is an electrostatic precipitator. Renewable energy sources such as wind, solar energy, ocean currents, etc. should be utilized to reduce the burning of wood and fossil fuels. Automobiles should be properly maintained and adhere to emission. Example, Bharat 2 and Euro 2. Children, Bharat 2 and Euro 2 are the standards of emissions. But now we have reached to the standard of Bharat 6. India has reached to the level Bharat 6, the emission standard level. Plants clean the air. They also reduce dust particles in the air. Hence, planting of trees is important for reducing air pollution. So, children, as much as possible, you spend, now you have lot of time. You can plant many trees, grow so many trees around your house. Okay, plant many trees because they bring clean air. Use of efficiently designed smokeless stoves for burning coal, kerosene, etc. reduces air pollution. Tall chimneys should be installed for vertical dispersion of pollutants. In factories, powerhouses and petroleum refineries, the gases given off are scrubbed down with water before being released from the chimney. This removes poisonous gases like sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide by dissolving them. Children, by now I think you understood the lesson controlling air pollution thoroughly. Number of things you have learned. You have learned how solar energy is useful and what are the devices using solar energy used in domestic appliances, and many of the pollutants discharged in the industry and pollution control equipments and automobile emission pollutions emitted by automobiles and their control. All these you have learned in this chapter. Now you are going to write this assignment. By next week you are going to write one test. Okay, you will be getting one test by next video. What is smog? What is advantage of solar energy? Describe any 5 methods of reducing air pollution. State the consequences of air pollution. State 2 advantages of zoning. Explain 5 ways of controlling traffic problems. So prepare well. You are going to get one test, self-evaluating test. You are going to write the test in next coming video. Thank you.